Speaker. We will take no lessons from these conservatives, Mr. Speaker. Canadians have heard the leader of the opposition when he advocate for crypto to Canadians. When it comes to groceries, Canadians are saying thanks, but no thanks, leader of the opposition. We know what we're doing, Mr. Speaker, and yesterday was the first steps. We call on the big grocers to be part of the solution. We express the frustration of millions of Canadians. We ask them to come with concrete plans to stabilize prices. On this side of the House and this caucus, we'll fight for Canadians, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to kick things off here on Joe Rogan. They're discussing like the life expectancy in Canada. Let's check this out. It should be
Canada's overall life expectancy.
Yes.
That might be the craziest statistic in the world right now. You've seen this, right?
Yes.
Since 1930, of course, it goes this way, this way, this way, this way, because you fucking live longer, because fuck technology and medicine. Right. And then 2020 it levels, and then it starts to go down. It's down 2.5 years since 2020, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
Unprecedented. What could that possibly be from?
I don't know, Tony.
Weird.
So strange. It's not like there was a gigantic medical intervention that was forced upon the population during that time period.
Again and again, and booster and booster and booster.
And you're not allowed to say it, or you're a conspiracy theorist.
I guess
These people they're in a fuck trance because being on the side of reality and facts is so against the narrative that the Liberals were correct that they're willing to ignore excess deaths. That we're willing to ignore an increase in all-cause mortality. That's shocking.
Yeah,
they're willing to ignore it,
and they're the trust the science people, but only when it leans to their favor. Canada's overall life.
It's such bullshit. What's been happening?
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
Gang, what's up? Aaron here, Canadian Looney. We're going to get things going, man. We're living shorter lives. We need to use our time more effectively. So we're going to kick it off with Melanie Joly here. We've got Jamil Jivani coming up. He's going to trash Doug Ford. And in the main body of the video, we're going to have our finance minister, our new finance minister. He's been in the cabinet for 10 years. Francois-Philippe Champagne is going to disgust you. Wait and see. Here we go. Let's kick things off. We're starting with Melanie Joly. I know, it's tough. Where are the answers, Joly? Are they up there? No. This chick needs a bathroom break. Somebody gave her a downer this morning, it would seem. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
This is just going to be a quick one. Like, she has nothing to say or contribute looking at the sky for answers, whatever. She is a twit of a minister.
The Prime Minister has vowed to match tariffs on strategic sectors. Some in the industry have called for that, but right now Canada's tariffs on U.S. steel and aluminum remain at 25%, while the U.S.'s are 50%. So why are you not matching U.S. tariffs?
So it's a fair question, and for us, we want to continue to negotiate with the U.S. on a deal on steel and aluminum. The Minister of Canada-U.S. Trade was in Washington over the past couple of weeks. The clerk of the Privy Council, Michael Sabia, was there as well last week, and also the Chief of Staff of the Prime Minister. So you're seeing that we're doing a full court press to make sure ultimately that we get to a sectorial deal. Now, of course, we will adapt our strategy as things evolve. We think right now it's the right strategy to have, and meanwhile, we're helping the steel sector, we're helping the aluminum sector, and we're helping, obviously, the auto sector in Ontario. So that's our goal.
This chick needs a little bump. She needs a bathroom break. Somebody gave her a downer this morning.
Is this announcement today, though, acknowledgement that you don't expect a reduction in U.S. tariffs on those industries in the immediate future?
No, it's not that. I think that notwithstanding the fact that there are tariffs right now of 50%, which we profoundly disagree with and that we're fighting against, we need to think
The answers aren't up there, dum-dum.
Think about the fact that the President of the United States have decided that it's his economy.
They're not over there either.
Will be based on paying for having access to it. We're now dealing with the highest tariffs since the Great Depression. And that's their choice. And they've decided to put that on us and the rest of the world. And of all the entire planet, we're the ones that are able to get the best deal. But we need to learn from this. We cannot just stay idle saying to ourselves that we will only try to negotiate without working on our own economic resilience and on what we can control. And that's why the suite of measures we're announcing today, from the Strategic Response Fund of $5 billion to the Buy Canadian policy to the support to SMEs, all that, it is important that we do so, because at the end of the day, we will be able to work on us and work on our own market. And we will be able to build one Canadian economy. And it's that vision of a new industrial era that we're putting into place today.
Yeah, somebody needs to help that chick out, get her a bathroom break. Anyhow, we're flipping off to something else. Melanie Joly, you have nothing to contribute here. Nothing.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
This should be a bit more fun. Jamil Jivani does not like Doug Ford. He's a stud MP from Ontario. He's pretty new to the House of Commons, but he is sharp, articulate, and again, I'm pretty sure that Doug Ford's going to come up in this bit. Like,
hey, how you doing?
He doesn't
Good,
like him at all.
Good. So,
we'll see.
Just on your presentation, you were talking about how young men were swinging sort of to the conservative end of things, and young women were staying left. I've been working on a project for a long time. How do you think that will affect relationships with young men and women?
Well, I don't think it has to be this polarized, and I'm hoping one of the things that we can do is to change that. So I don't want that to be baked into our political equation if I can help it. I believe that there are a lot of women who want to see positive changes for their sons, their brothers, their friends, their neighbors. And when we talk about wanting to solve the problems that are uniquely affecting young men, I don't see that as only appealing to young men, right? But I do think you're right to point out that, polarization in politics can affect relationships that people have. And you hear stories of people, right? You read about them online where someone's, matched with somebody on an app, and then, politics winds up being the reason that they don't actually, want to talk to each other. And I think that's a problem. So, probably the best thing we could do is just try to encourage people to talk to each other despite their political differences, and not see that as like a tribal identity that we can't, bridge between, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you see that sort of changing in the coming few years?
Yeah, look, as you heard in the presentation, I do represent the more optimistic camp, right, on these questions. So my view is that if we convince people that we can make their lives better, they will be open to thinking about conservative ideas as a solution to their problems. And I wouldn't be in this job if I didn't think that we could accomplish that goal. And that's what I'm trying to do, right? It's one of the reasons why I'm here in Calgary right now and coming, from Bowenville, right? It's like I come here because I want to show people that we've got a way to approach this that I think could be good for all Canadians across the country.
Mm-hmm. And going a little bit more on that, young men were sort of a silver bullet for the Conservatives last election, being predominantly Conservative supporters, coming out in huge numbers, and getting the Conservatives a number of seats that they haven't seen in like 10 years. Do you think that will transition to Ontario provincial politics with Doug Ford next election?
Well, I think Doug Ford is appealing to a different segment of the country, or in the case of Ontario, the province, right? Because he is appealing to people who are okay with the status quo, and we appeal to people who want something.
I personally think Doug Ford is a loser and a con man.
New and different, and I believe that more Canadians are going to want something new and different, and fewer Canadians are going to want the status quo. So I think the numbers are on our side, and I'm confident that over time we get stronger and he gets weaker.
Mm-hmm. And a little bit more on Doug Ford. Recently, we saw Doug Ford get in line with the federal Conservatives on the stand armed guard provision, only after someone he knew had been affected on crime. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the same thing happened with auto theft. You might remember that until someone tried to steal a car from his driveway, he wasn't very vocal about the increase in auto thefts in the Toronto area. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think politicians should wait for a problem to affect their personal lives before they take a position. And this is why, you know, being principled, believing in something and standing up for what is right is important, because you got to fight for other people. It's not just when it affects you, right? I mean, you got to take a stand when it's not about you and it's about the people who elect you and the people you serve.
Mm-hmm. And recently we saw Doug Ford pour out a bottle of Crown Royal at a press conference. And we're talking about...
What a loser move. Like, Doug Ford is a jackass of Canadian politics. Like, he's one of them anyhow.
Fighting for other people. He seems to be fighting for those 180 people. But do you think that his alcohol ban had anything to do with the closure of that plant?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's interesting when incumbent politicians take no responsibility for any problem. And in the case of Ontario, I mean, he's been in charge for 7 years. I mean, could he have made anything better in that time? He's had majority governments to present all kind of policies that could have been made for a better business environment in Ontario. He's not doing that. So it's convenient to sort of get everyone to focus on the Crown Royal bottle being poured on the ground. But I think he still needs to answer some questions about what is he doing to make for a growing economy in Ontario. And he can only, you know, distract people for so long before he actually has to answer that question.
That's it. We're going to wrap up with Jamil Jivani. He's very entertaining, very, very sharp in the committees. He's excellent there, and he's a standout in the House of Commons. What's next?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get into this piece. This is Francois Philippe Champagne. He's our finance minister now, our new finance minister. He's been in the cabinet for about 10 years. He's disgusting. He's a villain. He embraces it. Wait and see. This guy is outrageous. Like,
the honourable member for Dufferin-Caledon.
Amazing.
Thank you. Minister, do you know how many Ontarians regularly used a food bank in 2015?
The honourable minister.
Madam Speaker, I think the member would appreciate by reducing taxes, we're helping all Canadians. The measure we just announced will help 22 million Canadians.
Did you get your $9?
The honourable member has to indicate how. The honourable member has to indicate how he will be sharing his time, please.
Just say you're splitting your 3 ways.
I'm splitting my time 3 ways. Thank you. Minister, the answer is 353,000 Ontarians regularly used the food bank in 2015. How many Ontarians are regularly using the food bank as of today?
The honourable minister.
Madam Chair, the colleague will be pleased to learn that the tax cut we have offered is going to help 22 million Canadians and a number of...
He's so condescending.
Obviously of Ontarians, so I'm happy that he voted in favor of that particular...
Honourable member.
That question is 1 million. Over a decade of your government and you being a minister, the number of people in Ontario who regularly use a food bank has tripled. It's gone up by almost 700,000. Will you apologize to those 700,000 Ontarians who now must go to a food bank to put food on their table as a result of your government?
Remind the honourable member to speak through the chair and not direct.
Madam Chair, take it easy. Control freak.
To another member. The honourable minister.
Speaker, in terms of apology, I think the member should apologize to all Canadians to have voted for every measures that would support Canadians, whether it's about childcare, whether it's about dental care, whether it's about any program that helped Canadians, the member has voted against. That's not exactly good, Madam Speaker.
For Dufferin-Caledon.
Madam Speaker, his indifference, this minister's indifference to the 1 million Ontarians regularly using a food bank to feed their families, I find quite frankly disgusting. How many Ontarians in 2015 were full-time employed and went to the food bank in 2015?
The honourable minister.
Madam Speaker, one thing that every member in this House should be careful is about being authentic. When you vote against measure that helps the people you represent, you cannot stand in this House and do moral to other members. The member has voted against measure to help Canadians, and he knows that very well.
Member.
He doesn't know the answer to the question. He can just say it. We're talking about people that have to go to a food bank. That's their track record. The answer is 8%. The question is, how many members using food? How many Canadians using a food bank regularly now are full-time employed in 2025 as opposed to 2015?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I'm sure the people watching at home tonight are wondering, what is he going to tell to the people using the food bank why he voted against program to help them? That's really the question that people watching at home are asking tonight.
Honourable Member.
Madam Chair, these programs were in place for the last 10. These programs have been in place, and yet the numbers at food banks keep rising. So the minister knows the number of people using food banks now who are full-time employed is 25%. It is also tripled after 10 years of this government. Will the member apologize to those people who are full-time employed and now must go to a food bank to feed their families?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, would the member apologize to the children of Canada and the children in his riding when he voted against a food program for children? Madam.
Oh, he's so self-righteous, man. It's laughable. Like, this little man acts big and tough. Oh my God, he's so
Speaker, when you make allegation in this House, you have to be careful about the answer. He's voted against program to help children.
Member.
People in Ontario regularly using food banks are children. Your programs don't work. Minister, you said in 2023 that you were going to make grocery prices...
Can I remind the Honourable Member through the Chair?
Control freak.
Please.
Chair.
I didn't say anything. You were saying you didn't say anything, so please.
The member said that in 2023 that he was going to work hard at making groceries more affordable. Did grocery prices go up or down after he made that statement?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, the question that Canadians are asking tonight when they're watching, and I have a lot of respect for the member, but why did he vote against a national school food program for children? That's the question that people are asking tonight. If he wants to go in this line of questioning, I'm happy to answer, but people...
Madam Chair, the member knows that grocery prices have gone up every single time since he made that statement, so he either misled Canadians or he was completely incompetent in his job to bring down grocery prices. Which
It's not incompetence.
one was it?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, again, I don't want to go in this line of questioning to the member because I know he's an honourable member, but why did he vote against the program to support children? The National Child Care Program, Madam Speaker, if you want to go in that line of questioning, you have to be able to take the heat from his constituents who are going to ask, why did you vote against?
The Honourable Member for Newmarket Aurora.
Madam Chair.
Watch how dirty FPC plays with rookie MP here, Sandra Cobena. He starts hitting on her in the green seats right here in the House of Commons. It's obnoxious. Let's take a peek.
The minister prepared a spending plan, but he did not make the time to prepare a plan on how he was going to pay for it. Why is that?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, can I take the opportunity to welcome the member to this House, and I'll be happy to answer all her questions. But first of all, I think she deserves to be welcome in this House. We're delighted to have her with us tonight.
Member for Newmarket Aurora.
Many thanks for that, Madam Chair. I do request an answer, though. Why did the minister make the time to prepare a spending plan, but not a plan on how he was going to pay for it?
The Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, the colleague will be pleased to see in the main estimates for Finance Canada, 99% of the funds requested are for statutory program. Only 1% of it is for operation of Finance Canada.
Honourable Member for Newmarket Aurora.
For 60 years, governments have tabled budgets in the spring. Why can this minister do the same?
Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, you would say since 1994, 5 budgets have been tabled after the fiscal year began, and a number of times it's been under Conservative government, Madam Speaker.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up right there. That's enough of FPC. He's trash. Like, again, he's just another twit. I find him one of the ones more in, like, I can watch him at least. He's somewhat funny. He enjoys being the villain. Lord, what a time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, these ministers, where do they get these creepy, stupid people? I don't know what's going on. Aaron, Canadian Loney, like, share, subscribe. We're trying to have some fun with Canadian politics. It's very serious. Like, Canadians are being duped in a very dangerous way. Like, I understand why so many voters would be fooled. liberal propaganda. They have this legacy media that is against the opposition. It's weird, strange. We try to have some fun, keep people informed. I'm trying to inform myself. Aaron, this is Canadian Loony. I'm not the loony, the channel is. Canadian politics are crazy. Not me. Well, maybe a little. Anyhow, till the next video, thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Like, share, subscribe. We're out.